Westside, the eternal flame still burning. The Boulevard, remember every brother yearning. It's the 90 deep gospel, the legacy of the soil, the voice you've been waiting for, untouched by the spoil. Westside, eternal flame, never gonna die. Westside, eternal flame, written in the sky. Westside, eternal flame, the Boulevard prayer. Westside, eternal flame, every block aware. Yeah, December 1996, I was 8 years old. My uncle drove an Impala, painted candy gold. He popped the cassette in the speaker, shake the seat. A voice came through the system that I still can't delete. The whole car went silent, even the homies in the back. This was something different, this was the eternal track. My uncle nodded slow, said pay attention right. This the kind of music gonna last beyond the night. 3 decades later, I still hear that voice between my ribs. Every word a sermon, every breath an alibi for kids who grew up on the corner thinking nobody could see. The voice on the cassette said, y'all, important to me, that's the eternal flame. That's the West Coast oath. The ones before was swore to sacred growth. Now I write the verse for the kids in the next car with the cassette of the future with the rhyme of the stars. Westside, Westside, the flame don't fade. Westside, Westside, the gospel they made. Westside, Westside, the cassette stay warm. Westside, Westside, the eternal storm. Boulevard at golden hour, the chrome catch the sun. Mrs. Calderon walking from the church till the day is done. Little Eric on the bicycle, his backpack full of dreams. Mr. Hubert at the bus stop with the racing form schemes. This the cinematic frame, the city refused to print the tabloids. Never capture the tabloids, only hand I write it like a film reel rolling across the night. Every face a leading road beneath the street light. The eternal flame is in the everyday devotion. The awareness carrying tamales through the morning motion. The homie holding doors at the laundry mat for the elder. The grandkid translating insurance for his welder. The flame ain't about the gun, the flame ain't about the fight. The flame about the people keeping each other in sight. Westside, eternal flame, the city of the saints. The ones with the unrecorded patience and constraints. Westside, Westside, never gonna die. Westside, Westside, the gospel they made. Westside, Westside, the cassette stay warm. Westside, Westside, every block away. If the world ever asks what the West Coast made, don't play him the headlines, play him the parade. The Sunday cookout, where the mother served the line of quinceañera in the park with the borrowed sound designer car show on the avenue with the kids in awe. The service at the storefront church with no flaw. Play him the music my uncle played at 8. Play him the cassette that gave my soul a gate. Play him the eternal flame that no developer can buy. Play him the 90 deep gospel of the cement in the sky. We were here, we still here, we ain't leaving the stage. The flame is the ledger of an unconquerable age. This verse for my uncle, this verse for the cassette, this verse for every Impala on the avenue. I bet Westside, eternal flame, the cinematic vow. The city full of gospel, everything is now. The flame don't fade, the gospel they made. The cassette stay warm, every block away. Westside, Westside, eternal flame. The gospel goes on, from the cassette to the moment, to the breaking of the dawn. Boulevard Cassette, the tape never ends. Boulevard Cassette, the legacy descends. Boulevard Cassette, the soul of the West. Boulevard Cassette, the proof we existed best. Yeah, the rewind button still working on the cassette in my pot. The magnetic ribbon holding 90 summers in the lot. Every Saturday morning, he will pop it in the deck. Wax the Impala while the chorus rebuild his neck. Mr. Otis, Mr. Hubert, T.O. Beto on the porch, knotting at the verses like the deacons at the church. This ain't nostalgia, this is testimony to a time when the soundtrack of the city was the conscience in the rhyme. The Boulevard Cassette ain't about a brand or a face. It's about the way the music fitted to the place. The asphalt heat, the chrome reflection, the slow breeze, every lyric overlaying every story of the tree. Boulevard Cassette, the tape inside my chest, every word a heartbeat, every line my best. Boulevard Cassette, the legacy of love. full of voices that the speakers told us of. Yeah. My auntie kept the cassettes in the shoebox under her bed, labeled with her handwriting in the gentlest red. Family birthday, Sunday morning, road to Abuela house. Every tape a chapter of an unedited spouse. When she passed away last year, I inherited the box. I played the road to Abuela tape. I cried like a paradox. The music was the same, but the meaning had aged. Every track a passport to a kitchen freshly staged. The Boulevard Cassette ain't about the famous voice. It's about the family ledger and the curated choice. The songs we played at funerals, the songs we played at parties, the soundtrack of a people that the corporate marketers can't beat. Ooh, Boulevard Cassette, the tape never ends. Boulevard Cassette, the legacy descends. Boulevard Cassette, soul of the West. Boulevard Cassette, the proof we existed best. I keep a cassette in the glove box, even though my car got Bluetooth. A reminder of the discipline of an analog truth. A reminder that the music used to ask you to commit. Flip the tape, side B, the second half of the gift. The Boulevard Cassette, demand a witness, demand a hand, demand a listener to be more than a passive land. We lost something when the playlist replaced the album form. The sequence used to matter, the order kept you warm. This verse is small rebellion against the algorithm hand. A reminder that the human is the deepest demand. The city of cassettes is alive in every glove. Every old head smiling at the click of love. Boulevard Cassette, the tape forever played in the bones of every brother and sister it made. Boulevard Cassette, the tape inside my chest. Every word a heartbeat, every line my best. Boulevard Cassette, full of voices that the speakers told us of. Boulevard Cassette, side B forever. The tape inside the soul, the unbreakable endeavor. For every mama riding the bus before the dawn, this verse a candle for the queen that nobody draws. Yeah, 4 a.m. the bus stop hum with the women gonna clean the office buildings downtown. Nobody seen Mrs. Calloway, Mrs. Park, Mrs. Estrada in line. Each one carrying a thermos and a body in decline. They clean the lobbies of the towers we never enter. They buff the marble for the lawyers and the renter. They ride the bus back home before the kids along. They kiss them on the forehead like a covenant of charm. Mrs. Calloway raised 3 nephews on this route. 15 years of pre-dawn boarding, never a doubt. Mrs. Park sent 2 daughters to the university with the savings of 100,000 Windex beauty. Mama on the bus, the queen of the unseen. Mama on the bus, the architect of the dream. Mama on the bus, the city stand on her feet. Mama on the bus, the holiest beat. I seen Mrs. Estrada sleeping on her homeward ride, her head against the cold glass with the city wide. I offered her my seat once, she said no, mijo, sit. The seat by the window, let her catch the morning lit. She said the only luxury she owned is 15 minutes watching the city wake while the bus quietly visits. I sat with her in silence, just a witness to the rest. The quiet little throne of a queen, the city best. I wrote this song for her and the women of the route, the ones we never honor, the ones the news leave out. This verse a coronation, this verse a small parade for every mama on the bus before the morning maid. Mama on the bus, salute, salute. Mama on the bus, the deep is a root. Mama on the bus, the city know your name. Mama on the bus, the eternal flame. If my song ever play on the speaker someday, I hope it fall on Mrs. Calloway's ear in the doorway. I hope she hear a name in the lyric I confess. I hope she know a stranger watched her bless and bless. The city of the cleaners, the city of the route, the city of the women that the cameras leave out. This verse a tiny offering, a candle in the wind for every mama on the bus. This album beginning the song goes on. Yeah. Concrete. Concrete. Yeah. The corner with the busted street light is my pulpit at night. Nobody ordained me, but the homies hold the light. I preach about the brothers we've been losing every June. I preach about the babies the system tried to ruin. The sermon is the rhythm, the scripture is the breath. The congregation gather at the mailbox of the deaf. No collection plate, no televangelist gloss. Just the elders nodding at the truth that ain't at a loss. Mr. Otis testifying about his nephew gone. Miss Carter testifying about the grandbaby they pour on the concrete pulpit. Hold the testimony of the lost. Every word a candle for the unrecovered cause. Concrete pulpit, the church of the streets, where the deacons are the homies on the corner of the seats. Concrete pulpit, the gospel of survival, the sermon of the city, the sermon of arrival. I was 23 the night I first preached on the curb. A brother had been killed and the family disturbed. No pastor at the vigil cause the pastor wouldn't come. The family asked me cause they heard about my drum. I stood on the milk crate, I held the candle tight. I spoke about the gentleness of the boy who never fight. I named his favorite cereal, his favorite Saturday show. I named the things the headline. Never gonna know. The family wept, the homies prayed, the candle stayed lit. The concrete pulpit became the only altar to commit. From that night I've been a deacon of the avenue. The sermon never ended, just the names brought take the view. This verse of benediction for the homies in the room, the ones who attend the vigils, the ones who steady bloom. If you reading this in silence and the fringes past, the concrete pulpit waiting on you, the door is unmasked. Light a candle on the corner, name the boy you knew. Name the things the obit refused to construe. The pulpit ain't about volume, the pulpit about presence. The city of the deacons, the city of essence. Pulpit, the deacons gather here. Concrete pulpit, the candle still burning clear. Concrete pulpit, the Avenue Chapel. Concrete pulpit, the sacred quiet capital. The city ever try to gentrify the corner I preach, they better know the pulpit move with the breach. We carry the milk crate to the next available block. We carry the candle and the sermon and the clock. The concrete pulpit is portable, the gospel travel light. The Avenue Church, 1,000 altars in the night. We ain't losing the tradition cause the tradition is the breath. We ain't losing the homies cause we naming them in death. The church of the streets, where the deacons are the homies on the corner of the seats. Concrete pulpit, the gospel of survival, the sermon of the city, the sermon of arrival. Pulpit, the deacons in the dark. Concrete pulpit, the city of the candles, the eternal spark. Roses on the curb where my homie used to stand. A bouquet from the bodega, a memorial unplanned. Yeah. 3 weeks before he left us, Antoine bought his first rose for a girl in his English class, acquired senior pose. He never gave it to her, kept it in his locker drawer, waiting for the perfect moment that the system foreclosed. His mama found a rose at the funeral home, dried out. She pinned it to the lapel of the suit that we picked out. Now every Friday somebody leave a fresh rose on the curb where the chalk outline used to be, where the word disturbed. The roses pile up sometimes they wilt away, but the spot on the avenue refused to fade today. A permanent altar that the city never voted on, a testimony of the love that the system spat upon. Roses on the curb, the chapel of the block. Roses on the curb, the heart against the cloud. Roses on the curb, the petals tell the time. Roses on the curb, the silent, unstopped rain. I seen Antoine points, mama at the curb on the anniversary. A fresh dozen roses, a rosary, a quiet ministry. She knelt on the sidewalk in the morning rush hour. The city walking past in the corporate power. Nobody stopped except an old man with a bag. He set down his groceries, he removed his cap and rag. He knelt beside her in the silence of the prayer. Two strangers united by an unbearable affair. The boy he never knew, the mother he just met. The city of the roses, the silent death. This is the West Coast that the cameras never see. The quiet daily morning of the unfinished decree. Roses on the curb, the chapel of the blind. Roses on the curb, the heart against the cloud. Roses on the curb, the petals tell the time. Roses on the curb, silent, unstopped rhyme. We make altars where the system make the pavement. We make memorials where the city make the basement. The roses, the candles, the photos in the rain. The city of the curbs, the city of the name. Roses, roses, the curb hold the love. Roses, roses, the petals from above. Roses, roses, the city full of saints. Roses, roses, the curb the only paint. If you walk the avenue when you see a curb of red, don't step over the petals like the family been bled. Kneel a moment, take a breath, ask to win the name. The spirits will come whisper through the petals in the flame. This verse a guide for tourists who can't read the script. The city full of altars where the love is unequipped. Don't step on the roses, don't step on the saints. The city of the curves is the holiest of pain. Roses on the curve, the chapel of the blind. Roses on the curve, the heart against the cloud. Roses on the curve, the petals tell the time. Roses on the curve, silent, unstopped rain. Roses on the curve, the bouquet of the eternal. The city of the petals, the chapel of the diurnal. Black and brown, the same boulevard we walk, the same neighborhoods, the same elders talk. Black and brown, the family the maps refuse. Black and brown, the same struggle, the same blues. Black and brown, the city of the shed. Black and brown, the kitchen where we my abuelita Esperanza fed every kid on the block. It didn't matter the color, didn't matter the lock. If you knocked at the door at dinner, you got a plate. Mrs. Jefferson next door did the exact same fate. The two of them swapped tortillas and cornbread daily. The two of them traded recipes when the rent went Bailey. They both lost their sons to the same broken system. They both raised their grandbabies with the unshaken wisdom. The police never asked them about the demographic line. The police treated both their houses with the same incline. The city tried to set us up to fight against each other while the same hand profited off both grandmothers. Black and brown, the unbroken alliance. Black and brown, the original defiance. Black and brown, the elders held the line. Black and brown, the future is divine. The news love a story by the flashpoint of the streets. A fight at a school, a tag on the marquee that beats. They leverage the moments to drive a wedge between the communities that both of us left upon the scene. But the truth is in the parents at the parent-teacher meet, united about the same lousy curriculum repeat. The truth is in the workers at the factory floor, united about the wages in the management board. The truth is in the kids at the same skate park, learning every trick in the language of the dark. We a coalition that the city can't suppress. We a continuum the bosses can't process. Black and brown, the family the maps refuse. Black and brown, the same struggle, the same blues. Black and brown, the city of the shell. Black and brown, the kitchen where we square. My cousin married a brother from the next block over. My cousin's sister married into a family with no clover. The weddings looked the same, the love was loud. The abuelas and the grandmas and the matching crowd. The new generation got the bilingual flow. The new generation got the outwardly the glow. This is the future that the developers can't evict. This is the chapter the curriculum can't edit. We ain't a ratio, we ain't a demographic. We a single beating heart in the West Coast traffic. Black and brown, the family forever. The boulevard, our table, the only endeavor. Black and brown, the unbroken alliance. Brown, the original defiance. Black and brown, the elders held the line. Black and brown, the future is divine. Black and brown, the family eternal. The boulevard our home, the only diurnal. For the brother who held me up when the world refused. This verse to brotherhood, the courtroom abused. Yeah. I met Marcelo at the youth center summer of '98. He was running from a foster placement that was running late. I shared my sandwich in a Walkman with a Snoop tape. He shared a story about his uncle and the unconfessed escape. We became inseparable that summer and beyond. He taught me how to walk away from situations gone. I taught him how to write the verses in his head. We traded survival skills until the friendship spread. Marcelo aged out the system at 18 with a bag. He slept on my mama's couch for half a year, no flag. My mama treated him like another son she earned. He still call her Tia, she still call him concerned. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the brother that I chose. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the family, the system arose. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the loyalty unbroken. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the eternal token. Marcelo got a daughter now, 8 years old to start. She called me Tio. She asked about the music in the car. I bought her first guitar last Christmas in the snow. Marcelo cried that morning when she played it slow. The brotherhood is generational. The brotherhood expand. The brotherhood is uncle status when the family understand we ain't blood, but the blood don't define the bond. The bond was forged at the youth center in the dawn. If I ever fall, Marcelo got the kids. If Marcelo ever fall, I got the bibs. This the contract that the system never witnessed. The brotherhood is the most reliable persistence. We ain't the cousins by the bloodline of the family tree. We the cousins by the choice, by the uncertainty. We the cousins by the youths in the couch. We the cousins by the share of the slouch. My brother right here saved me 1,000 times from the streets, from the depression, from the climbs. This verse the testimony of a chosen king. The brotherhood, the only church I've been. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, salute to the bond. Salute to the bond. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the family beyond. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the system can't break. The system can't break. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the eternal state. If you're reading this and you got a brother of your own, the one you chose, not the one to whom you were thrown, call him tonight, tell him what you feeling, no shame. The brotherhood deserves a spoken flame. Don't wait for a funeral to deliver the praise. Don't wait for a hospital to articulate the phase. The brotherhood feed on the everyday word. The brotherhood deserve the kitchen and the herb. Mi Compa, the brother that I chose. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the family, the system arose. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the loyalty unbroken. Mi Compa, mi Hermano, the eternal token. Marcelo, Hermano, this verse for the years. The brotherhood eternal, the unspoken cheers. Memory box, every photo a verse. Memory box, the family universe. Memory box, the album of the soul. Memory box, the pieces. And the whole After mama passed, I found a box beneath the bed. A shoebox full of Polaroids, the only thing I read. For weeks I sat with the photos in the kitchen light, learning the secrets through the silver of the night. A picture of her at 16 with a dress she made herself. A picture of my dad before the depression took the wealth. A picture of my abuela holding me at one. A picture of a brother I ain't never seen to run the box. Held conversations she never had with me. The box was the autobiography of an unfinished decree. I sat there for weeks, I memorized every face. The memory box became the most important place.
Memory box, the inheritance of the silent. Memory box, the mother's non-violent. Memory box, the answers in the photos. Memory box, the secret of the total.
I found a letter that she wrote to my dad in jail 30 years ago. She never sealed the trail. She wrote about the baby, she wrote about the rent, she wrote about the dignity she still hadn't spent. She never mailed the letter, she kept it in the box. A quiet documentary of the unsent locks. I read the letter twice and I cried like a kid. Her mother's honesty I never could have lived. The memory box is therapy after the loss. The memory box is the only restoration of the cause. If you out there with a parent still alive tonight, ask them for the box, ask them for the light.
Memory box, every photo of hers. Memory box, the family universe. Memory box, the album of the soul. Memory box, the pieces and the whole.
I keep the memory box on my dresser now. My own kids rummage through it sometimes. They ask how, who is this, who is that, what year, what place. I tell the stories carefully, every name a face. The memory box is now a multi-generational shrine. The ones we never met become the visitors of mine. This is what survival look like in the dignity of dust. The memory box, the honest thing, the empire won't adjust. If you got a memory box, sit with it tonight. If you don't start one, gather the photos in the lights.
The inheritance of the silent. Memory box, the mother's non-violent. Memory box, the answers in the photos. Memory box, the secret of the totals. Memory box, the album of the love, the family eternal, the photos like the dove.
Yeah. Smoke signal, smoke signal, sermon. The name's on the bridge. Yeah. Smoke signal, sermon. Smoke signal. Yeah. Smoke signals rising from the alley by the church. The deacons of the dust, delivering the hurt. Nobody preach this loud, nobody print this clear. Nobody report this on the broadcast of the year. The block's been burning longer than the cameras admit. The school's been failing harder than the dollars permit. The smoke signal sermon ain't about the violence raw. It's about the truth the suburb unable to draw. The Marius caught astray when the policy retreat. Little Ava caught astray when the school cut their heat. Mr. Otis caught astray when the hospital denied. The smoke signal carry every name to the sky. Smoke signal sermon. The city read the clouds.
Smoke signal sermon.
Smoke signal sermon. The truth refusing the shroud.
Smoke signal sermon.
Smoke signal sermon. The language of the lost.
Smoke signal sermon.
Smoke signal sermon. The gospel of the cause. Yeah. The cameras come down for the headline of the day. The cameras leave for the next outrage in the May. But the smoke signal stay, the smoke signal accumulate. The smoke signal, the only memorial we appreciate. I've been writing down the names since I was a teen. My notebook's heavier than the libraries. Between the smoke signal, the manuscript of an ongoing case. The ones the courts refuse to hear in the public space. The rappers been the journalists they tried to silence. The rappers been the witnesses they tried to violence. We ain't glorifying nothing, we testify Testifying truth, the smoke signal sermon, the only operating booth. This verse a piece of evidence and the long exposed. This verse a piece of testimony nobody chose. This verse a smoke signal rising from the streets. This verse a sermon the boulevard repeats. If you a politician reading this in your home, know the smoke signal sermon ain't alone. We got receipts, we got names, we got the dates, we got the budget where the violence inflates. The smoke signal sermon ain't a poetic gesture, it's the documentary of an ongoing festa.
Smoke signal,
The names in the clouds,
smoke signal, smoke signal, smoke signal,
the gospel out loud.
smoke signal, smoke signal, smoke signal,
The truth never bends,
smoke signal, smoke signal, smoke
the message till the end. Ay. This verse for the merriest, this verse forever. This verse for Mr. Otis, this verse for the receiver. This verse for every name on my list of unspoken. This verse a smoke signal that's never been broken. If you out there in a position to vote,
please vote.
if you out there in a position to write,
Please vote.
the smoke signal sermon needs every voice in the air. The city of the names deserve the care.
Smoke signal,
The city read the cloud.
smoke signal, sir.
Smoke signal sermon. The truth refusing the shroud.
Smoke signal, sir.
Smoke signal sermon. The language of the law.
Smoke signal, sir.
Smoke signal sermon. The gospel of the cause.
Smoke signal rising. The names on the
The
breeze.
city of the witness.
The boulevard of the trees.
Ah. 3 a.m. The only truth I can spit. 3 a.m. confession. The booth in the lit. It's 3 a.m. and I've been awake for 16 hours. The deadlines of the city building me a tower. I ain't complaining, I just confessing the strain. The rappers ain't supposed to admit the rain. I was raised to be unbreakable, my dad never wept. My mama wiped the tears before the breakfast prep. Now I carry the unspoken inheritance of the strong. It's heavier than I let the verses sing along. My therapist say I gotta name the burden in the light. My therapist say my chest been tight for 38 nights. I tell about the album, I tell about the show. She asked me when I last, the loud, the slow.
3 a.m. confession.
I ain't indestructible.
3 a.m. confession.
The soft is unfuckable. Oh,
3 a.m. confession.
the man is allowed
To be tender, to be tired.
to be loud. My Uncle Reggie taught me how to swing the bat. My Uncle Reggie also taught me how to hard man combat. He never said it pretty, he never said the name. He just modeled the silence of an unshareable shame. He died of a heart attack at 52 with regrets. The doctor said the stress of the unspoken sets. I wrote his eulogy and I cried in the church. The family said I was strong, I felt the silent lurch. I promised at his graveside I would speak my truth. I promised the inheritance would change in the booth. This verse a small attempt to break the family curse. This verse a piece of healing for an unworked verse. The boys we raise gonna learn the patterns we model. The silence we maintain become their internal bottle. Let me be the brother who break the silent line. Let me be the verse that admit the weight is mine. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. The booth of the soul. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. The man becomes whole. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. No shame in the page.
3 a.m. 3 a.m.
The unbreakable cage. Hey. If you a brother reading this at 3 a.m. tonight, know the album ain't a measure of the right of the fight. The album's just a piece of the conversation we owe. The brothers and the fathers and the uncles in tow. Call somebody you trust, call the line at the start. 3 a.m. is the most sacred door of the heart. Don't carry it alone like the men before you carry. The inheritance is breakable, the silence is buried.
Confession. I ain't indestructible. 3 a.m. confession. The soft is unfuckable. 3 a.m. confession. The man is allowed to be tender, to be tired, to be loud. 3 a.m. confession.
The booth that I keep.
brothers in the silence. Finally we sleep.
Empire of the quiet, the kingdom unannounced, the revolution of the patient, the reign that never bounce. Empire of the quiet, the throne and the porch, yeah. Empire of the quiet, the candle in the church, yeah. Empire of the quiet, the river underground. Empire of the quiet, the gospel without sound, yeah. My grandfather built a dynasty, acquired integrity, 35 years on the same factory line, electricity. Never asked for a promotion, never asked for the trophy, just raised 5 children and paid the mortgage solely. My grandmother ran a kingdom from a kitchen window, fed half the apartment building during the recession below. Nobody made a documentary, nobody printed a name. She died with 3,000 grandkids who whisper her flame. The empire of the quiet ain't about the conquest, it's about the patient daily building of the protest. The protest against forgetfulness, the protest against erasure, the protest of the small acts that the cameras can't mature. Empire of the quiet, the rulers we ignore. Empire of the quiet, the foundation of the floor. Empire of the quiet, the kingdom of the hand. Empire of the quiet, the ones who held the land. Yeah. Mrs. Esperanza ran the unofficial library of the block. Lent books from my closet to every kid with a knock. Kept the notebook of the borrowers, never lost a single one. Died at 92 with 3 generations of the one. The empire of the choir writers, history in the spine of every child who learned to read on the borrowed line. The empire of the choir got no monument in the square, just the kids who grew into adults who declare the inheritance of the patient, the inheritance of the slow, the revolution of the steady, the kingdom of the glow. If you ever want to know the saints of your community, look at the elders, nobody naming the unity. Empire of the quiet, the throne and the porch. Empire of the quiet, the candle in the church. Empire of the quiet, the river underground. Empire of the quiet, the gospel without sound. Yeah. The empire of the loud will fall by its own noise. The empire of the quiet will outlast the boys who thought the cameras and the dollars to find the throne. The empire, the quiet is the only crown alone worth wearing in the long run of their historical breath. The empire of the quiet survive every death. This verse of citizenship application, this verse of vow. Rather be a quiet ruler than a loud. Rather be Esperanza, rather be my grandmother, rather be the patient builder than the brand promoter. Empire of the quiet, the rulers we ignore. Empire of the quiet, the foundation of the floor. Empire of the quiet, the kingdom of the hand. Empire of the quiet, the ones who held the land. Empire of the quiet, the only true reign. The city of the patient, the eternal frame.
From my daughter, this letter in the verse, the one I never finished, the one I rehearsed.
Yeah, dear daughter, I've been writing this in pieces for a year. The lines I want to tell you when the world becomes severe. Number 1, the world will tell you what to be. Ignore the loudest voices, listen to the small intrigue. Number 2, the people who really love you stay. The ones who exit early were never on the way. Number 3, your name is sacred, your name is your land. Don't let nobody clip the syllables to fit a hand. Number 4, the men who speak the loudest are the weakest. The quiet ones, the listening ones are the deepest. Number 5, the body you've been given is your home. Don't outsource the protection to the algorithm tone.
Letters to my daughter, the words I rehearse. Letters to my daughter, the love in every verse. Letters to my daughter, the verses you can keep. Letters to my daughter, the inheritance you read.
Dear daughter, your great-grandmother had a saying, no, the woman who chooses herself is the woman to go. It took me 30 years to understand the line. It took your great-grandmother 80 years to define when the world tried to make you smaller for the comfort of a man. Remember your great-grandmother and the goal she ran. Number 6, the love that doesn't make you bigger ain't love. Number 7, the friend that drained you ain't a glove. Number 8, the silence in the morning is a gift. Number 9, the journal is the cheapest therapeutic lift. Number 10, you don't owe nobody an explanation for the no. To know is sacred, to know is the harvest of the slug.
I'm your young one, listen to your father's honest line. This verse is sister talking to the daughter in time. The world will offer you 1,000 versions of the size. The world will measure you in dollars in disguise. Reject the size, that ain't your size. Reject the cage, the sister singing to you from another stage. The queens before you blaze the trail across the field. The queens around you holding up the unbroken shield. Daughter, daughter, the letter never ends. Oh, daughter, daughter, the verses I say. Daughter, daughter, the love is the law. Daughter, daughter, the unconditional draw.
Number 11, your daddy will mess up sometimes. Forgive me when I do, hold me to the lines. Number 12, the music is yours, the rhyme is yours. The inheritance of the verses is the open doors. Number 13, when you rate this in 20 years, know your daddy loved you in the sweat and tears. Number 14, the world will be different by then. Be the change you wish to see me, how amen.
Letters to my daughter, the words I rehearse. Letters to my daughter, the love in every verse. Letters to my daughter, the verses you can't keep. Letters to my daughter, the inheritance you reap. Daughter, daughter, this letter for you, forever in the rhyme, forever in the truth.
Yeah. Last old head on the corner of the street. Last old head with the wisdom in the seat. Last old head, the encyclopedia alive. Yeah. Last old head before the gentrified strive. Yeah. Mr. Huber 78 still on the same bench. He seen the city change 100 times in the trench. He knew the original owners of every storefront gone. He knew the original families of the apartment lawn. He carried the maps in his head that the city refused. He got the names of the streets before they were renamed and abused. The last old head is a library on the bus stop chair. The last old head is the historian unaware. I sit with him every Sunday with a coffee and a smile. He tell me about the bakery that ran for half a mile. He tell me about the union that fought for the bus. He tell me about the riots and the unspoken rust. Last old head, the witness on the bench. Last old head, the keeper of the wrench. Last old head, before the city raised. Last old head,
The unrecorded grave.
yeah. When Mr. Hubert passed, the bench gon' feel cold. The library gonna be untranscribed, the maps unsold. I've been recording our conversations on my phone. I've been transcribing every story he ever owned. I promised him the records will go to the community. The library of the elders is a public utility. The city gonna preserve the buildings of the rich. Who gonna preserve the testimony of the witch in the original meaning, the keeper of the wise, the last old head of witch who ain't hidden in disguise. If you got an elder on the bench in your hood, sit with them on Sunday, the recording is good. Last old head on the corner of the street. Last old head
With the wisdom and the sea.
Last old head, the encyclopedia alive. Last old head before
The gentrified strive.
yeah. Mr. Hubert told me yesterday I look like his son. His son been gone for 30 years, the war undone. I held his shoulder for a moment in the morning sun. I told him I would carry the stories till the work is done. He smiled and tipped his cap. He said the work is enough. The library pass forward is the unending stuff. When Mr. Hubert passed, his daughter Lorraine gonna call me with the date and the cemetery name. I'ma be there in a black suit with the tape recorded. The last old head's funeral, the testimony recorded. Last old head,
The witness on the bench,
last old head,
the keeper of the ranch.
last old head,
Before the city erased
last old head,
the unrecorded grave.
last old head.
The elder on the bench,
The library forever.
the unbreakable wrench.
Yeah. Liquor store light. Yeah. The liquor store light is a chapel for the lost. A flickering vigil that the corporation outsourced. Mr. Park behind the counter with the kindness in the eyes. He knew every customer's name, he knew every alibi. He gave my mama credit when the rent was tight. He never asked her to repay, he just tipped his cat polite. He counseled the brothers in the parking lot at 3. He broke up the fights with a tone that set you free. The liquor store light is the only 24-hour religion for the broken. The only available power. The pews are the chip out. The pulpit is the register. The sacrament of 40 in the paper bag investigator. Liquor store light, the chapel of the broken. Liquor store light, the only doors left open. Huh. Liquor store light, the priesthood of the night. Liquor store light, the dim and the bright. Yeah, Mr. Park took a bullet in 2018. By the door, the community took a bullet. The city took the score. We organized a vigil with the candles in the wind. Mrs. Park stood thanked her. She said we always been kin. The city sent no flowers. The city sent no card. The community paid the funeral with the donation jar. The liquor store stayed open with the daughter at the helm. The priesthood inherited the city overwhelmed. This verse for Mr. Park. This verse for the chapel. The city of the chapels deserve the gospel apple. The corporate stores will never replicate the kind. The liquor store light is the dim and divine. Liquor store light, the candle on the corner. Liquor store light, the kindness as the owner. Liquor store light, the priesthood of the small. Liquor store light, the chapel for us all. If you walk the avenue and the liquor store still lit, thank the family running it, the unbroken, legitimate. Don't look down on the chapel of the unconverted, the ones the city left behind, the ones the system perverted. The liquor store light is a constellation in the dust. The city full of saints in the dim chapel husk. Mr. Park, Mr. Patel, Mrs. Kim, Mr. Lee. The priesthood of the corner is the city we be. This verse a benediction for the family run, the ones who remember every regular under the sun, the ones who counsel the addicts at the register late, the ones who give the homeless a hot dog without debate. The city full of priests in the fluorescent dim. The liquor store light is the only church for him. Liquor store light, the chapel of the broken. Liquor store light, the only doors left open. Yeah. Liquor store light, the priesthood of the night. The dim and the bright. Liquor store light, the candle that remains. The city of the chapels, the unbroken refrain. The long walk home, the city in the rain. The long walk home, the prayer in the lane. Yeah. Yeah. Missed the last bus on a Tuesday in November cold. 3 miles back to the apartment in the leaking fold. No Uber, no money, just the boots from Goodwill. The long walk home gonna teach me what I never will. The rain came down like the city was crying through me. I passed the church I used to attend on Sunday, family. I passed the school I dropped out of in 10th grade. I passed the corner where my best friend Trey got laid. The long walk home is the autobiography in steps. Every block a chapter of an unedited regret. I talked to ghosts in the rain. I made my peace with the night. I promised the boy in me I would carry the light. Long walk home, the city in the rain. Long walk home, the prayer and the pain. Long walk home, the boy meet the man. Long walk home, the unspoken plan. I walked past the bodega where my mama bought my first cake. The owner from the 80s still working at his break. He waved at me from the window like a candle in a storm. I waved back with a tear that the rain helped to form. I walked past the boxing gym where my uncle taught me how. The lights were off, but the memory was loud. I walked past the apartment where my first love kissed me first. The building gentrified into a bistro for the worst. The long walk home is the audit of the inheritance. The city of my childhood folding into the resistance. I ain't bitter at the change, I just record the receipt. The long walk home, a witness for the unrepeated street. I got home at 1 a.m. with the rain in my coat. My mama was awake, she said she had a note. She said she felt the prayer I sent across the night. She said the long walk home was the gift, not the sight. Long walk home, the gift in disguise. Woo. Long walk home, the audit of the eyes. Long walk home, the city of the years. Long walk home, the inheritance of the tears. Yes, if you ever miss the bus and the city stretch you long, don't curse the inconvenience, listen to the song. The long walk home will show you what you missed. The long walk home will show you what persists. The city is more than the highlights of the weekend. The city is the receipts of the unfolding deep end. Walk slow when you can, walk slow when you must. The long walk home is the only audit you can trust. Long walk home, the city in the rain. Long walk home, prayer and the pain. Long walk home, the boy and meet the man. Long walk home, the unspoken plan. The long walk home, the lesson of the root, the city of the witness, the inheritance of the doubt. Crown of the block, the kingdom of the porch. The royalty unrecognized, the unmarked church. Ay, crown of the block, the kingdom of the small. Crown of the block, the throne against the wall. Crown of the block, the rulers we ignore. Crown of the block, the unauthorized score. Mr. Otis runs the corner like a duke of the dust. He knew everybody's business, he knew the just. He broke up the fights with a tone the cops never. He organized the cookouts with a budget never measured. Mrs. Carter ran the laundromat as a duchess of the suds. She watched the funeral suits free for every grieving bud. Mr. Reyes ran the auto shop with the diplomatic skill. He negotiated peace between the rivals on the hill. The crown of the block ain't a metaphor or a brag, it's a literal sovereignty. The policy never tagged. These the regents of the jurisdiction. The city denied. These the rulers of the ground. The city falsified. Crown of the block, the kingdom of the unseen. Crown of the block, the regents of the green. Crown of the block, the sovereignty alive. Crown of the block, the kingdom of the strife. The city called them informal, the city called them tribal. The city called them anything except the rightful arrival. The truth is they've been ruling longer than the city existed. The truth is the city they imposed has always been resisted. Mr. Otis, 70 years old, never wore a uniform, never needed a degree, never needed to conform. He ruled by consent of the governed every day. He ruled by the trust of an unelected way. This is what democracy actually looked like outside the suburb. This is the participatory chapter the textbook disturbed. The crown of the block was never given by the state. The crown of the block was earned by the daily fate. Crown of the block, the kingdom of the small. Crown of the block, the throne against the wall. Crown of the block, the rulers we ignore. Crown of the block, the unauthorized score. This verse submersible to the regents of the porch, the ones who carry the kingdom in the unmarked church. If you were Mr. Otis or Mrs. Carter or Mr. Reyes, know your kingdom honored in the verse that I surveyed. The city try to gentrify your throne tomorrow. The black will rise behind you with the unborrowed sorrow. The crown of the black is portable. The kingdom move with you. The crown of the black is permanent. The rule is unsubdued. Crown of the black, the kingdom of the unseen. Crown of the black, the regents of the green. Crown of the black, the sovereignty alive. Crown of the black, the kingdom of the stripe. Crown of the black, the regents in the porch. The city of the kingdoms. The unmarked church.
For the sister who weathered every storm.
This verse, the umbrella.
The system never formed. Ooh, yeah.
My sister Teresa lost her husband at 29. The army shipped him home in the flag folded line. She had 2 babies and a mortgage and a war in the chest. She woke up every morning and she put on the dress. She took a job at the hospital, night shift 6 days. She never missed a soccer game, she never missed a phase. She became the storm and the umbrella at the same time. She became the architect of an unimaginable rhyme. The
Sister of the storm.
Don't ask for the medals, she just keeps showing up in the unraveled vests. She taught the babies how to weather their own gusts. She taught the family how to maintain the trust.
Sister of the storm, the umbrella in the rain. Sister of the storm, the kingdom of the same. Sister of the storm, the queen of the ice. Sister of the storm, the architect of the sky.
Yeah, my sister Tasha got diagnosed at 34, stage 3, no warning. The system at the door. She fought through the chemo with a journal and a smile. She called every relative, even in the latest mile. She planned her own funeral with her wisdom in advance. She wrote letters to her godkids, an unforgettable dance. She survived against the odds. She rebuilt from the bone. She became a counselor for the diagnosed alone.
The sister of the storm,
Transformed into the lighthouse. The storm passed through her and built the temple house. This verse for Teresa, this verse for Tasha, the queens of the unimaginable, the kingdom of the Sasha.
For the sisters in the storm, the verse is yours. The queens who weathered everything behind closed doors. The ones the obituaries forget to honor right. The ones the documentaries never bring to light. We see you in the kitchens, we see you in the wards, we see you in the courthouses fighting for the words. The sister of the storm is the chapter of the West. The queens are the unbroken, the kingdom we attest. Sister, the storm is your throne.
Sister come to mind, text her tonight, tell her she's the kind. Don't wait for a tragedy to articulate the love. The sister of the storm deserve the dove. Don't make her wait for the ceremony of an obituary. Deliver the praise while she still can carry your monetary. The sister of the storm built half this West Coast city. This verse is standing ovation, the unrecorded din.
The umbrella in the rain, sister of the storm, the kingdom of the same. Sister of the storm, the queen of the ice. Sister of the storm, the architect of the sky. Sister of the storm, the queens of the rain, the kingdom of the west, the unbroken refrain.
It's the eternal frequency, the final transmission. For everyone who walked this album, has a mission. We started at the cassette in my uncle's Impala. We walked the boulevard, hood the eternal regalia. We sat at the bus stop with the mamas before dawn. We knelt at the curb where the roses were drawn. We broke bread with the brothers in the brown and the black. We held the chosen family in the brotherhood track. We sat with the memory box in the kitchen of the lost. We testified to smoke signals at the unimaginable cost. We whispered the 3 a.m. confession in the booth. We crowned the empire of the quiet with the truth. We wrote the letters to our daughters at the desk. We sat with the last old head before the final take.
Eternal frequency.
The album never ends.
Eternal frequency.
Eternal frequency. The verses I sing.
The verses I sing.
Eternal frequency. The tapes stay in the deck.
Eternal frequency.
Eternal frequency. The city in my neck. Yeah. Yeah, we lit the liquor store light as the chapel of the night. We walked the long walk home through the rain into the light. We crowned the regents of the block in the unmarked church. We lifted up the sister of the storm with the verse and the search. This is the eternal frequency. The channel never closed. The transmission of the West Coast in the metric of the pros. If you listen to the album to the last verse here, know you part of the frequency, the unbroken sphere. We a community of listeners. We a chorus of survivors. We 1,000 cassettes spinning into the next divers.
The frequency continue when the album fades.
The frequency
Continue when the listeners that stay. The frequency continue when the verses that you write. The frequency continue in the everyday fight. Oh.
Eternal frequency. The channel of the West.
The channel of the West.
Eternal frequency. The city of the best.
The city of the best.
Eternal frequency. The gospel of the block.
Eternal frequency.
Eternal frequency. The unmovable ride. Yeah. If the mic ever go cold, if the rapper ever leave, know the frequency continue in the verses you weave. The album was a starter pack, a cassette for the road. The frequency depends on the verses we show. The city of the West Coast is bigger than my voice. The city of the West Coast is the multitude of choice. Keep the cassette running, keep the album in the rotation. Keep the frequency alive in the next generation. This verse my sign off, this verse my final breath. For the brothers and the sisters in the city of the deaf.
Eternal frequency.
The album never ends.
Eternal frequency.
Eternal frequency. The verses I sing.
The verses I sing.
Eternal frequency. The tapes stay in the deck.
Eternal